Hi, class. This is Mr. Ocampo here, and I wanted to very quickly show you how to program your spreadsheet so that it can do the calculations for area and cost and others for you. Um, First thing that I want to make sure that you have, and this is not 100% necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and put my data in. Okay, and I want to make sure that my data is just numbers. I don't want to add any of the units. Okay, so for example here, now I'm making up my data because I didn't actually make a boat, but let's say I used 5 centimeters of paper and the width is 3 centimeters. Okay, now you'll notice that the 5 is just the 5. I did not put the centimeters in here. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you how to program a multiplication. So in order to get the area, okay, I have to multiply the length times the width. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to multiply the 5 times the 3, correct? All right, so in spreadsheets and in Excel, you can type in a function by uh, hitting the equal sign. Okay, and as soon as you hit the equal sign, it'll automatically change. The font will change. It'll be a little bit weirder. Okay, a little bit smaller, and you'll have this little cursor. Basically, that means that you're doing that. The program understands that you're trying to add a function. Okay. Now, what I can do is I can add, for example, 5 times 3. Okay, and remember I'm using the asterisk, not the X, for the multiplication sign. And sure enough, it'll give me 15 correctly, right? The problem is that if, for example, I made a mistake and I need to change this, right, to instead of 5, 6, I actually have to go back in here and change this to a 6. Now, we don't want to keep doing that back and forth, right? So instead of doing numbers, what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called cell reference, okay? So a cell reference is basically you tell the program, hey, whatever is in this cell, okay, and a cell is these little rectangles, okay, whatever's in this cell, and this cell is called B for column B and row 3, so B3, okay, B3, and you can actually just highlight it and it'll show up here, multiplied by whatever's in C3, okay, and then you hit enter. Now it'll spit out the correct answer. But this time, if I were to change this to say 5, it'll actually change the answer here as well. Okay, so that's all fun and good. The other thing is you can actually copy these down. So let's do that again really quick. Let's say I wanted to calculate the cost, and now to multiply, I want to multiply whatever is in here, which is the area, times the cost per unit. Okay, so first things first, in order to create a function, I have to have an equal sign. So equal sign goes first, and then I'm going to reference this cell, asterisk, this cell. Okay, and then when I hit enter, it'll calculate the cost out for me in decimal form. Okay, all right. So let's say, for example, that you wanted to do the same thing to all of these cells, and you can do that very quickly by just copying the formula down. Now, if you highlight the cell that you have the formula in, and you look at the little corner here, you have a blue corner, and when your mouse goes over it, it turns into a cross. If you can click and drag down, that formula that's in here will copy down. Now, it's not copying the 15, it's copying the formula, okay? And that's why you have zeros down here. And if you click on one of them, you can see the formula up here. It's actually referencing the next cell down, right? So it's staying true to the row that it's in. So for example, this cell is referencing this row right here, and this one right here, so on and so forth as you copy it. okay, as you can see. All right. So let's say, for example, down here, you don't have anything to multiply. So all you want to do is just copy this one and paste it over here, right? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to just reference the cell here and not do anything to it, right? It's still a function, so it's going to start with an equal sign, okay? And I'm just going to reference the cell B7, okay? And I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to click enter, okay? So now if I were to type in the number 12, let's say I had 12 centimeters worth of plastic straws and hit enter, it will automatically copy whatever's in this cell over to here, okay? And again, what we can do is we can take this and copy it all the way down, okay? Now you'll notice this down here doesn't have anything because I didn't enter anything. So if I put, for example, a 4 here and I click off of it, it will copy it over because it understands that it's going to just copy and paste, okay? All right, so now that we have all of our numbers, what we can do is we can take the cost and also copy it down, okay? Again, over the little blue square and then drag it down to the last square that we need it in, okay? Very simple, okay? All we did was multiply these out, and here are our answers. Very quickly, we calculated all of this. All right. So in math, you guys, if you're going to add something, right, you have to take whatever this is. So like $1.50, and then add it to $1.20, and then add it to 3, and then so on and so forth, right? Well, here you can technically do the same. Okay, so if we start like every function starts with an equal, we can do uh, this cell reference plus, plus this cell reference plus this cell reference. Now, that's all fine, and it will give us the answer, but we want to do it a little bit faster, okay? There's a function called the sum function, okay? And the sum function just means that you're going to add a bunch of numbers together, okay? And you're going to do it kind of quickly. So we don't want to keep doing that because you'll notice that you'll run out of space very quickly. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to type equals and the word sum, S-U-M, okay? And then we're going to have an open parenthesis. Once we have that open parenthesis, we can select the entire range of cells that have the numbers that we want to add together, okay? And once we have that and we hit enter, then you have the total number of the total cost here already calculated for us, okay? Now the cool thing, again, is, for example, if you made a mistake and you accidentally forgot to put in the clear plastic, you can go back in here and type in your dimensions, okay? Let's just pretend. And it will actually calculate it all out for you. It'll calculate the area, it'll calculate the cost, and it'll calculate the total cost, okay? Now, I think that's all we have for today. There is a step-by-step tutorial that I created for you in case you guys don't like the video. And I'm going to let you guys finish the ratio of pennies to cost on your own, okay? So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully this will help you out.